Listener discretion advised. Book Chub features discussions of mature themes. It is not intended for young and sensitive ears.
I'm very excited though. I tried to make a hairy third nipple.
Oh! Oh! That's so great.
Yes.
I was thinking about that, and then I totally forgot about it. So you've got the hairy third nipple, huh?
I'm sipping on the hairy third nipple.
Mm.
Wow.
Welcome back to the Book Chub podcast. I'm Jason, and I'm here with my co-host, the Blue Barbarian enthusiast, Jenny.
What up, Jay Sizzle?
Hey, before we start, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because in the last episode, you said you hate reading, but I don't believe that.
Actually, I'm really glad that you asked me that question.
But I wanted to ask what your favorite book is besides Barbarian Lover.
Oh, this one is really top 10 of the 11 I have read my entire life, including high school, like front to back, T to B, top to bottom. Harry Potter, those 7 books.
Oh, yeah?
Are the only series I have ever finished in my entire life.
Oh, that's so cool. I've never read them.
Like this includes high school, dude. Like I read nothing in high school. Sorry, continue. My apologies.
Oh. Well, no, I was just going to say I've never read them. I did buy the first 2 books with the intent to read them, and it's definitely on my list to read them. I have become a bigger fan of the movies than I was when they came out. I watched the movies as they came out, and obviously I've never read the books. So, I mean, like the books, all the movies were great. I liked them. I enjoyed them to a certain degree, but really what sealed the deal is when I came back to them, I decided to watch them all back to back, and I got a better sense of the progression of the story when I watched them all together as like one huge, saga. And and I have a big appreciation for that series. In fact, I would say that's one of my top 3 movie series, like movie sagas. And
dude,
I'm not counting. I'm not counting
because you were like into it. Sorry, that's my bad.
No. I'm not counting the Beast movies, the Fantastic Beast movies, which I've seen each one of them one time, and I just don't think they're worth mentioning. I mean, the first one was kind of fun, but then it just really goes nowhere.
No, you're so it's the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Yeah. Ooh, but like I'm so happy for you that you like that series, because the reason why rewind. I have a love-hate relationship with reading. Like I love my Kindle. Like I am obsessed with my Kindle and always have a really good like if I'm at an airport, which I'm never at because I hate flying. And I like want to read a book. So like I love the smell of books. I love the paper. Like I love everything about my Kindle, like all that stuff. But I just am such a slow reader that it takes me forever to read something. And I read so much in grad school that I just like, it's a love-hate relationship.
Yes.
But what you were saying, so I don't think I've ever been invited to a book club because people know my loathing for actual reading.
Yeah.
And then, but like, I'm secretly really obsessed with it. It's like when I really wanted to be a cheerleader in high school, but like couldn't bring myself to like emerge from my emo shell enough to want to be a cheerleader. So that's how I feel about reading. But the Harry Potter movies, I watched them before the books.
Oh, okay.
And it made me like, so I was in a weird spot, and I'm sorry if this is too much of a tangent and too long, but where I was like halfway through the movies, all the way up through I think Prisoner of Azkaban was out. And so then I started reading the books maybe after The Goblet of Fire is when I actually started reading the books. So then I had like read all the books before the movies came out. And I realized that I loved the books so much more having seen the movies because there was so much more in the books.
Yeah.
That it made the movie experience enriching instead of reading the books and watching the movie and being disappointed of what they omitted, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I think I would really enjoy reading the books and getting a lot more out of the world.
Yeah.
Oh, oh,
Oh, but favorite book, Half Blood Prince, shout out.
okay.
Yeah, my favorite
All
book
right.
ever.
Nice.
Yeah. And the first book I ever read, I think I've read maybe 12 books my entire life, Zlata's Diary.
Oh yeah, it's Leda's Diary. I've never heard of that.
My grandmother gave it to me, and she
Okay.
thought it would be a good way for me to learn about and forgive me, the Syrian crisis.
Okay.
Yeah. So or, what was happening at the time. And please forgive me because I do not remember the exact historical significance of that time in which the book came out.
Mm. Okay. I don't
Yeah.
know I don't know much about it either, so I
I
can't
guess
I
we could
can't
probably get rid of that
I can't
last
be
part.
critical.
I'm going to take a sip of my hairy third nipple. But yeah, no,
Okay.
thanks for the question. I am
Yeah.
really happy to be here. And
Awesome.
I'm glad that we're doing this because it gives me a reason to like power through some books.
Yeah.
Like Aehako was going to power through that ass. You know.
Uh, well, let's get into our book, Barbarian Lover by Ruby Dixon. And this week we're covering part three and part four.
Boom.
Part three starts on page 69. Nice.
No, it does not. Seriously?
That's what I wrote down. I'm pretty sure that's correct. So,
Nuts.
yeah. So we rejoin our protagonists as they share a private moment together, and Kira has just admitted that she knows that the evil green aliens are returning to the ice planet. She also tells Aehako that she thinks they can track her, the green aliens, that is,
Mm-hmm.
because of the implant in her ear.
Mm-hmm.
So Aehako starts thinking about the weapons that he's now going to bring on the expedition now that he knows that there's danger. Jenny, what kind of weapons do you think Aehako has?
Like how you presented it, like, oh man, I feel like I'm on Wait, Don't Tell Me on NPR. I'm like, oh, okay, ooh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this. Well,
Hmm.
the first weapon that he has, let's address the big bone in the room. Do you think
Okay.
that he brought that with him, the whittled object?
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, I know he's definitely packing a battle club.
Paddle club. I mean, it's a club, all right. And
Yeah.
Kira is invited. What kind of weapons do I think he has? Right? Because he
Hmm.
doesn't mention, the actually in the book, it just says, I got to pack more weapons. And that's like
Hmm.
the end of Ihako's. So I think maybe what we didn't explain too last week was that the chapters are divided by like perspectives. So it
Yes.
shifts in
Yeah.
between Aehako and Kira's perspective. And
Hmm.
so when it's Aehako and at his ends, like it's like 2 pages and it's like, I must gather weapons.
Yeah.
It doesn't say what. So I'm
Hmm.
thinking it's the space potato for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh
Needs
yeah,
that
yeah.
sustenance.
That's right.
What else do I think I think he's packing like a hammer.
Okay.
Like
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 like Thor.
like Mjolnir,
Yeah,
but
okay.
not but like the second Mjolnir. What is that
Uh-huh.
one called?
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker. Yes.
I don't know, Jenny. I'm not a nerd.
I knew that you would know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Aehako brought
Hmm.
Storm's bearer.
Hmm.
Storm bearer?
Stormbreaker.
Storm, the bearing of the storm, the pregnant storm.
That's
I
right.
think he brought knocked up Storm,
Uh-huh.
not to be confused with the X-Men character, but that would be fun to watch. Uh, and I think she packed a flashlight.
Hmm.
Like I feel like she just like happened. No, see the redhead. I'm impressed with the redhead. And sorry for my dog's toes; they're
Uh-huh.
too long. Not the toes, but the toenails.
Okay.
I digress.
Uh-huh.
So definitely a big ol' sword. I think he's got a boot knife,
Okay.
like Kurt Russell from Big Trouble in Little China. I think he's got a
Hmm.
boot knife.
Yeah.
I hope you understand that reference.
I
Great
do. I
movie.
love that movie.
I love it too. It's
Yeah.
so problematic. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, boot knife, flashlight of some sort. Maybe
Yeah.
not flashlight. Maybe like some like Kindle. I think Tinder.
Hmm.
Wait, am I
T
just naming dating apps?
Tinder. Uh-huh. Grinder.
What? I don't think it's that kind of planet, Jason.
Who knows?
Isn't it, don't you use Tinder to start a fire?
Yeah, I think that's what that means. Yeah.
Oh,
Kindling
I
Tinder.
totally get why it's named Tinder now.
Uh,
Wow, I am
yep.
late to the game. Yeah, no, so I think
Yes.
Kira brought some Tinder. I think Aehako, no, Aehako's friend Haeden has the giant ass sword, and then I think
Uh-huh.
Aehako just has a boot knife. And I think the redhead brought her skills.
Yeah.
Yep. What do you think?
Hayden's interesting. We'll get into him.
Ooh.
But
Mhm.
yeah, he seems interesting. I'm wondering more about Hayden.
Yeah, me
Uh,
too.
yeah.
Because didn't he
Uh,
wait, did he resonate or did he not resonate? I feel like Haeden was like
I
not
remember
good.
there was a mention of him. I think Hayden and there was one other guy who um, just weren't really that interested in the human females and everything like that. And there
Mm-hmm.
was something about one of them losing their mate. And I can't remember if it was Hayden who
Oh.
lost his mate or the other guy whose name is Rasha or something like that. Um,
Oh yeah, you're right. They
so
did reference losing somebody.
yeah, it could be. I mean, Hayden might be all about the hunting and the, uh, battles and stuff. So, um,
Yeah.
or
Yeah. Are they like a Klingon race?
or they don't seem very warlike. They seem very more like hunting and, but also, uh, you know, also macho, but not, not. I don't. I would say that they're below Klingon status as far as like, you know,
So
die in the heat of battle.
they're like Vulcan Klingon combo.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Well, that's still Klingon Vulcan. Would
Hmm.
Vlingon?
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
That's right.
I think they're Vlingons.
Hmm.
I'm just naming them. Oh wait, no, they have a race.
Sakui.
Sakui. Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's the hairy third nipple, I think.
Now that Kira's revealed what's going on, they tell the others the true nature of the expedition, and the group is narrowed down to four people. Now,
Yes.
Kira,
She's our
Aehako,
hero.
Kira,
Hmm.
Kira, Aehako, um, Harlow, which you
Hmm.
mentioned, and Haeden. Haeden doesn't seem to be. He seems to be ambivalent about everything, but he's good friends with Aehako, so it seems like that's his reason for going is just, to be Aehako's wingman. And
Yes.
and then Harlow has an interest in seeing uh, this old disabled crashed spaceship. Yeah.
Right. I'm so curious about what she needs in the ship.
Hmm.
Curious. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm curious if you knew what was going on, would you join this party of explorers?
No.
No. So you're back in the cave.
Oh, I am so deep in the cave.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
You had no, you had me at storm.
Uh-huh.
Or like, let's ascend at
Oh,
the
yeah, that's right. There's a big storm rolling in.
no.
Yeah.
I remember last time we were talking about the fact that I would die first. This
Hmm.
is how I die first.
I see. I
Yeah.
see.
Unless I'm like tiny little Yoda that's like hanging on the back of Luke Skywalker
Hmm.
in like full on Canada Goose gear. Is it
Yeah.
Goose, Canada Goose? Whatever. Like,
Hmm.
you're no, fuck that. I will
Hmm.
pluck as many berries, washing berries, as there are. No. Would
Some
you?
herbs.
Would you? Herbs, spices. Would
I
you go?
think I think I would. I mean, if I'm living in a cave and I heard that there might be some technology nearby, I'd be curious to check it out and see what there was.
Mm. Okay, so maybe I'd wait for like a non-storm area, but I'd hang back in the cave and I'd be like, yo, Jay,
Mm.
check it out. Come
Hmm.
back. Let me know what the deets are. I just am curious. Is there like maybe some bread? Do we have some
Yeah.
gluten on that ship?
Hmm.
Oh, oh man. Oh yeah, I'm so interested in talking
Hmm.
about that ship thing later. Like just
Yeah.
bonkers, cuckoo bananas. But you're more adventurous than me. I would die first, so no.
We do find out a little bit about the ship. We probably haven't gotten a lot of information yet. I think there's
Yeah.
maybe some more in some of the other parts of the book, but I'm wondering why they didn't decide to live on the ship, or like live in the ship. It seems to be livable and a place where they could use for shelter
Yeah.
from the harsh weather. I don't know why they picked the caves versus living in the ship. Although they do call the ship the Elder Cave or something like that.
Yes, where like the
Yeah,
elders are, or the
yeah.
elder. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking the same thing.
Hmm.
Spot on, because I'm like, they sort of touched on the fact that they're living more, I don't want to say primal, maybe like
Uh-huh.
they're living, they've regressed in their technological abilities at this point.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so in my head, I'm thinking like, yeah, why wouldn't you just stay in the cave? And not the
Yeah.
cave. Why wouldn't you stay in the ship? It makes
Hmm.
no sense. So there's got to be some like memory lapse. Maybe everybody got scanned by the green dudes. Uh,
Hmm.
like maybe the green dudes aren't bad and they gave, they just swiped all their memories. I don't know. I had the same thought though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so into this book, by the way.
I can tell.
I mean, like the
Yeah.
first couple of sections, I was like, yeah, okay, this is funny, like whatever. But once
Yeah.
they started like out on their adventure and they assembled their team and it's, their weapons, their food, and then they're like
Hmm.
hiking up this mountain and he's like, oh, you're a total, wuss and like
Uh-huh.
picks her up and I don't know. It has that drama. Like I want to figure out what the ship is all about. Like I know
Yeah.
that it's weird to have jumped right to book 3, but I
Hmm.
think it's actually like kind of fun at the fact that we have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're up in the woods. They're up in the woods, right? They start
Hmm.
like getting up in there. I don't know. The storm got worse or like she kept complaining about being so slow and weak,
Hmm.
frail.
Yeah. It sounded like there was a kind of a two-day journey. Um, but before we got into that, so
Yeah.
one of the other things that happens in this section is that Aehako tells Kira that he would commit to their relationship even if they don't resonate. And I remember that you had a prediction that Kira and Aehako wouldn't resonate, but get together anyway. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
wondering if you might be right. But it's interesting because he talks about how there is a precedent for that.
Yes, that you have choice. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, they're talking about this whole free will thing.
Yeah.
Smart. This is
Yeah.
levels. There are
Yeah.
levels of impact in this novel.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, because we kind of talked about when this whole the cooey and resonating thing, um, when it was introduced, it almost seemed like you didn't have any choice in the matter, and now it seems like there might be, there's sort of an alternative to that. Yeah.
Nature versus nurture.
Uh-huh.
I mean, deep. Ruby
Yep.
Dixon, my mind.
Mhm. Okay. That's
That's real bad. Oh, I spent some time today too looking up stickers, and there are
oh.
some really fun ones, like smut slut. I don't know.
uh,
I just felt like getting you a sticker, but I wasn't
nice.
sure what kind. But it was like a Kindle that said probably dirty
Uh,
books.
uh, uh,
Anyway,
are you gonna put that sticker on the paper cover that you put on the book so you
that's
can
exactly
bring
what
it
I
and
should
read it
do.
to read it to work?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna stick it also in a bag that looks like it also has booze in it. Like I'm just gonna have like a wine bottle coming out the top.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's, am I drinking? Am I reading? I'm not sure. Could it
Yeah,
be a, playgirl?
could be
Maybe.
both.
Could be both.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't want to look at that. I'm
unless it
backing
has
out.
big blue barbarian men.
Exactly. Ew, ew. When do we
Yeah.
talk about the cringiest part?
I think it's coming up.
I'm ready.
All
Next
right.
question.
So the
Bring
four
it
of
on.
them set off on their journey. The two human females seem to be struggling through the snow and the storm, while the blue barbarians, with their broad feet, seem to be well suited for the harsh weather. They
Mm,
eat raw meat on their journey. They find a cave to shelter in overnight, and a decision is made not to light a fire so as not to attract dangerous predators, but
mm,
instead they have to use their body heat for warmth. Haeden snuggles next to Harlow,
mhm.
more for practical purposes than anything else, and that leaves Kira with no choice but to sleep in close proximity to Aehako.
Yeah.
So here is, I don't know if this is the part that you meant, but Kira begins to feel around in the darkness, and then she discovers that Aehako is not wearing any pajamas to bed.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ew. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, is that presumptuous? Do you just like slip in there? I don't know.
I, I mean, hey, that's if he sleeps all natural, I don't know, it's a different culture. It's a different culture, Jenny. I'm not going to judge.
I mean, Okay, so they're hot to the touch, right? That's
Yeah.
probably why they can live on that planet because they,
Yeah.
are warmer than most. They have
That's
a
right.
higher body temperature.
Hmm.
So their fingers and their toes aren't going to fall off. Great.
Yep.
So my guess is that I mean, I could talk about daily life in House Jenny, but I
Okay.
won't. um, but I'm saying like the buff sleeping is not like an unusual thing that
Huh.
one person in particular does in my household.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mhm.
You're talking about your young son, right?
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
exactly. Yep, that's it.
Yep. That children, they can be unpredictable.
Yes, they really can. They're like, I'm naked. And anyway, yeah, no, it's
Mm.
baby butts are the weirdest things. And
Hmm.
yeah, moving forward. Um, I feel like if you're that warm, I
Hmm.
get why you would sleep naked. Like
Yeah.
it's too
Yeah.
hot and there's no fire. So,
Hmm.
get it, buddy. But
Yeah.
I think at this point, I'm sorry. There was a question, but I had a sentence that just happened in this particular part in the book that
Okay.
is
Yeah,
my
sure.
favorite single sentence of all time.
Okay.
Can you guess what it was?
I I can't. I don't remember.
There is one sentence, period, then
Uh-huh.
balls,
Oh, right.
period.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's they talk about, or the book talks about Kira being inexperienced, so it sounds like this is her first time experiencing that
Correct. I don't think
part of male
22.
anatomy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
She's 22 and she's like, oh, I
That's
know
right.
22 seems old to be a virgin. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, there's a whole movie about a 40-year-old virgin. Don't be
That's
sad.
right. Yep.
So right, she
Yeah.
seems seemingly inexperienced, but she's very young. And then like, but how, I don't know. That was just hilarious.
Hmm.
She's like touching everything, and then it's just in the book, balls.
Yep. Straight to the point.
Straight to the point. Yeah,
Hmm.
literally. Ew.
Yeah. She starts grasping things, and then Ayako says that she should stop.
Yes.
So what do you think he stops her?
Why do I think he stops her?
Yeah. I mean, I think there might be multiple reasons, but it's kind of left up to interpretation as far as why he tells her she should stop.
This part made me so uncomfortable
Uh,
in my immaturity as
yeah.
a 40 person. Because I feel like there's a documented reason why he probably wants her to stop,
Oh, yeah.
given that, he seems like one pump chump.
Yes.
So there's that documented reason,
Yeah.
but I feel like he tells her to stop um because maybe he wants to be alone.
Oh, yeah. You're right, because there's other people in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my guess. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, for in one sense, that everybody in their community lives in a cave, and you can kind of hear that stuff happening a lot, and so
Mm-hmm.
there isn't a lot of alone
Oh, you mean the
time.
sex, all the sex, the rhythmic slapping?
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
correct. Yeah.
um,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, Aehako might be different. He might want more privacy,
Mm-hmm.
when things get down to brass tacks.
Except for whittling. He likes
Right.
to do that in public.
That's right. Well, that's just in front of his parents.
So foul.
That's right.
Hey, mom, dad, what do you think? One v one.
Yeah. Good likeness, son.
Yeah, I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Couldn't be happier. Takes after his old dad,
That's
old
right.
man. Um, yeah, like I think that well, one obviously the author wants to build tension in that
Uh-huh.
they don't want to
Yeah.
blow their wad
Mm,
super
like
quickly.
literally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I also feel like it's commentary on erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation. I really
Uh-huh.
appreciate that they're bringing this topic to the surface.
Hmm.
Like there's a lot of people who struggle with that, and I really
Yeah.
appreciate Ruby Dixon's bravery in, in writing such a teachable moment.
This is true.
I hope you know I was being snarky that entire time.
I know, yeah.
Okay, good.
So Aehako wakes up the next morning and Haeden shows him some footprints in the snow, and Aehako doesn't recognize the type of creature that made the footprints. So what do you think is stalking them? Do you think it's green aliens or some other predator?
I think it's the bone he whittled his thing from. No, I think it's the green guys. I'm thinking it's the green
Yeah.
dudes.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. But yeah, it would be interesting. It's interesting. I don't know.
Oh, I think I made a
I think there
note.
might be some extra dangers.
The predators.
Hmm. Like
Pred.
the full on predator from the movie series is going to show up.
Yes. Oh my God. Ew, his face was so gross.
Uh-huh.
Um, I wrote something down about the feet. It
Oh
was
yes.
I
Oh
wrote
well.
I took a note.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, oh yeah, because we're not there yet. But no, it was like because the feet were definitely different. They were
Hmm.
different than the blue creatures.
Yeah. He said
Yeah.
they had. I think they said they had three toes, also like the blue barbarians, but the foot shape is different, or the toes splay out into you know um or they're more spread apart or something like that.
The makeup
I,
of
I
their
think I
broad
think
spread
so.
feet. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's the green aliens. That's my guess. I really
Yeah.
do.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think
It
they're
sounds
coming
kind
through.
of like lizard, lizard type feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember the miniseries V?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
never watched it, but I remember being terrified of it when I was a kid.
Great. And that's what I'm here to bring you, Jason. Fear.
Yes. That's right.
Mhm. Mhm.
Childhood trauma.
Yes, exactly. So we spent enough time on the basically the sleeping bag like feel session. Yeah.
Yes. Hmm.
Okay.
No, I mean, no. If you have more to say about that, please
No,
feel free.
I just it's just it has made an impact in my life.
Ah,
So
oh,
traumatizing.
oh
No,
no.
ew, ugh, no,
Yeah.
just for how traumatizing that was.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay,
Yeah.
good. So they had some weird sloppy camping sleeping bag touchy feelies.
Yeah.
Cool. All
Yeah.
right, I'm ready.
It is interesting how Ruby Dixon is sort of like um it's just tease after tease, right? Because
Yes.
they have had all of these interactions, and it always goes far, but only up to a certain point. And it I can see how things are escalating.
Yes. And
Yeah.
yeah, he definitely tells her to stop because he can't go anymore. Never mind. Yep.
But that's right.
He's tired. He's tired. He's gonna put his
Yeah,
head down.
that's right. So the weather is improved, and the Sakui men decide to carry the human females the rest of the way to the Elder Cave, the name that they use for the old crashed ship. And it was piloted by the ancestors of the Sakui and crash landed 300 years prior.
Mm.
Haeden guards the door. Harlow goes off to explore the ship, and Kira and Aehako go to look for a medical bay so that Kira can have the painful translator implant removed from her ear.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is where I was like, I am finishing this book. It will be the 13th book I've finished in my entire life.
All right. And that leads us to part four, where Kira and Aehako locate the medical bay with the self-assisted surgery compartment. Kira climbs in, but before initiating the surgery, the two have a conversation about their relationship, and Aehako is convinced that they can mate even if they never resonate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I love
Uh,
yeah.
oh,
I
go
feel
ahead.
like this is the point at which I'm like, this redheaded person,
Hmm.
the human, is a badass because
Oh,
she's like, I don't, whatever, I'll sleep in
yeah.
a cave. Don't touch me. Like, it's fine. And then she was like hoofing it on her own the entire time. And then she's like, I feel like this is the author character because I feel like
Hmm.
every author, because I'm so versed in books,
Yeah.
always kind of writes in a character for themselves.
Hmm.
And I think this is her because she's like, I don't need a man and I'm gonna go up this hill. And it's like, bleh. I think she's a redhead. And so she's
Yeah.
writing this very strong, like female character that's basically a Sakui,
Yeah, that could be.
right? Could
Mm-hmm.
be a Sakui. We should start some haiku stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I think we could get a really good haiku out of this.
that's right. Um, so during their conversation, Kira asks him if he wants children, and he says, "Of course," which kind of shatters, her feelings because her whole internal struggle is the fact that she can't have children. She hasn't told him that, but
Mhm.
now she feels like they are not compatible because of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is just like BS. Okay, so are we going to talk about the surgery at any point? Should I
Yeah,
not
no.
head?
Well, I'm not in detail. I would basically, yeah. So she goes into this surgery machine and blacks out from the pain. But I did think it was kind of neat that it's almost like a drawer that you just slide someone into, and they're in there with the
Yes.
computer, and so it's a little bit involved. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just going to say that like I was thinking about the fact that when she went into the surgery, because the whole thing is about we haven't resonated. I'm not
Hmm.
good for you. Ugh, I'm the worst from Kira's perspective. And then she goes into that surgery tube, which
Yeah.
right. I'm back at the cave. You're with this crew. You're like, sweet. There's this
Hmm.
surgery tube. I'm great. I'm back at the cave. Like, I want to hear about the surgery tube and then come
Hmm.
meet you guys there. That's why I don't go first. Um, you're
Yeah.
with them and I'm with the cave. So when she slid into that mortuary, like, surgery tube, and
Hmm.
Aehako's like, Kira, I love you. Come back and have my babies, which I
Hmm.
imagine his voice sounds like. Um, Remember the amoeba thing that the surgery tube was thinking about?
Yeah, yeah. So I guess it identified the Kui as a foreign object, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she wanted to keep it. She wanted to keep the parasite.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
So,
think I
uh-huh.
think it's helping her stay alive on this planet, and I also
Mhm.
think that it said that it was like wrapped around their heart, which I think is also kind of metaphorical because it has a lot to do with
Oh,
like mating and the sort of love ritual of this planet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean,
Hmm.
that's awesome. Like, yeah, don't have heart surgery.
Yeah.
And that sounds like a bummer, but I think that the whole idea of that thing is really cool because it
Yeah.
kind of like also this idea of like choice, right? They're giving
Hmm.
them they're like taking them to this place that seems to have limitless possibilities, and she's still like making her own decisions, which is
Hmm.
contrary to what the Kui is supposed to do. So
Yeah.
it's like they're yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, J Dog?
Did you watch Star Trek Deep Space Nine?
Oh, a bit.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah. Well, they have that race that's one of the characters is Jadzia Dax, I think. I have not I've only watched like the first season and it's been a while and I want to go back and watch Deep Space Nine. But
That's
you
the
know what
one
I'm
where
talking about?
they're not on a ship, but they're on like a
Yeah.
like a docking station.
Right. They're on a space station outside of a wormhole. And it's a little,
Story of my life.
but yeah, the character Jadzia Dax, so it's sort of like two different organisms sharing the same body. And
Mm.
so Jadzia is like a younger woman, and I think Dax is the sort of parasite that is more in control of the nervous system.
Ah.
And the like parasite thing, the small creature that lives inside of her has a longer life cycle, and so uh that character, that individual had previously been like a different person, right? But they're also like a
Oh, I remember that
combination
character
of
now. I
yeah.
remember that character now. And they could like
Yeah.
they basically were we it's like reincarnation, but they become something different each time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's I think it's a little bit like that, although Kira doesn't isn't Kira's more in control of her your consciousness than than that character, because that was more of the, the parasite controlling you. And this is sort of some sort of you know it's hard to tell whether the Kui is intelligent or if it's something that lives inside of her, and is more impulse, like, an impulse type organism, or how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the cause of the phalange.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
That it might not be around the heart. I think it's around the flange, Jason.
The phalange, that yeah. I think we
That's where the
figured out
cooey.
where the phalange comes from.
It's
It's
the
the
cooey.
Kui.
The heart wants what it wants,
That's right.
and it wants a hairy third nipple.
Right. For
Mhm.
the phalange.
So awesome. Ooh. Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Would you get elected? Would you step into that surgery box? Would you go in there?
I mean, if that was the only option, maybe, but I think I'd probably avoid it if I could.
Mm.
I don't, I mean, I have to assume that the implant is causing her so much pain that she like needs to have it
Ah,
removed, right? So,
I would
but
just go sleep in that at night and ask it to just like do stuff.
oh
That's
man,
that's where I'm at. Like I
yeah,
live in a constant fear of everything going wrong with my body.
that's right.
Yeah.
Every night you wake up and you have new dental work.
Oh, see?
Yeah,
Dude, we should sell this to the housewives.
that's right.
Let's figure out how this can happen.
Yeah, you just
Right.
get younger and younger.
Yep. Genius. Benjamin, we'll call it the Ben B, the
Yeah,
Benjamin Button.
the Benjamin Button machine. I think this is something we've got to patent.
Trademark. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
In
Okay.
fact, now I'm nervous that this is out here on a podcast where anyone could steal this idea.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is Elon Musk listening?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Of
I
course.
absolutely, yes. He's
Yeah.
definitely subscribed to
Right.
this
I figured.
podcast. Mhm. Yeah.
Oh dear. Um, great.
Yeah.
More power. Oh, so yeah, go for it, dude.
So transitioning from one science fiction series to another, I wanted to
Woohoo.
ask you if you've seen the movie Prometheus, because that movie also features a self-surgery machine.
No, I haven't
Oh,
seen Prometheus.
yeah. It's actually, I actually think it's a pretty good movie. It's a little disappointing as an alien movie, and I think
Oh,
I think they tried their best to sort of like make it a surprise that it was part
word.
of the whole alien, part of the alien saga. But as far as its own standalone movie, I actually think it's pretty good. Like there's some really like interesting deaths and stuff in it, and
Oh,
I feel like it has some really good tension.
like
I
Game of
don't know.
Thrones deaths, like unexpected deaths, or like Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings deaths, where
Have
you've
you
seen
have,
people die.
have you ever seen Alien?
Yes,
Yeah. So
way too
Alien.
young.
Oh, good. So
Way, way too
yeah.
young.
So especially that first movie has a lot of tension and a lot of like really
Yes,
surprising,
yes.
bloody deaths. And I think Prometheus has like, I don't know, probably like three times as many just like horror deaths that
Ooh,
happen.
okay.
Just crazy things that happen to people as a result of interactions with
Yeah.
uh, alien substances on a distant planet and stuff. But anyway, the main character ends up with something like a parasite in her, and she has to get into a self surgery machine. So she's not into her cooey, let me tell you. So she gets into this self surgery machine and has to, like it's either going to like burst out of her, or
Oh
she figures it out really quick how to use the self-assisted surgery machine and
my gosh.
have the parasite removed. And so that's basically what happens. But that's
Oh,
only like a small part of what happens in that movie. Everything else is like, you know, super disgusting and uber uncomfortable. So if uh
you
if
just,
if you
that's the
like
title of my Thanksgiving, my family.
yeah.
super disgusting and extremely uncomfortable. Dude, okay,
All
so you just
right.
I have to say something. I had a real
Hmm.
hard time when you were talking. Think
Oh,
no,
oh, good.
not like that, but I had a real hard time deciding my favorite movie that involves aliens.
Oh, okay.
And it was a close second. I mean, it was a close tie between
Yeah.
Mars Attacks and
Uh-huh.
Spaceballs.
Oh, yeah. Those are two good ones.
I feel like yours
Yeah.
are going to be different.
Have you ever seen Mac and Me?
No. Is that
Oh
a
my,
space movie?
oh my God. Mac and Me is so good.
What is that?
It's
Are you
it's
okay?
it is Mac and Me is a movie from the 80s that was a complete ripoff of E.T. And but it's like really bad, like B movie quality, and somehow like McDonald's was involved because there's like all these
Like Big Mac.
scenes that happen in, yeah, that's right, yeah, Mac, yeah, that's the alien's name is Mac because it had this association with McDonald's, and there's
Oh,
scenes that happen, that occur in McDonald's, and yeah, it's pretty,
it's a ripoff of
yeah.
E.T. Did you know my first words were E.T.?
What?
I'm not kidding.
Oh no. Oh man.
It wasn't like no or
Yeah.
dad or mom. It was like E.T.
E.T., yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
The extraterrestrial.
Right, right. In my
Yeah.
pants.
It was a it was a big movie when you were younger, so I totally get it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I will have to watch Mac and Me though,
Yeah.
because ooh, if it's anything like The Room, I'm
It's not quite as good as The Room, but
damn
it's pretty
it.
close.
Oh, why you do this to me, Danny? No, that's a weird. That's not even Danny. Oh, hello. Oh, hi, Jason.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Okay. Oh my gosh, man. I'm gonna die. Okay.
Yeah,
So barbarians.
that's right.
Mhm.
So the compartment opens, the surgery was a success, and Aehako removes Kira from the enclosure, and he takes her over to a bed or some sort of place where she can lay down, and she's unconscious while recovering from her surgery. Aehako
Mhm.
is sort of there being protective, and he says a great line. He says, "Enemies will look upon my spear and recoil in fear."
Yes. Yeah.
I
Oh, it
had
wasn't
to
a
I,
boot
I
knife.
had to highlight that one.
I was
Yep.
wrong. I forgot about it. I could have totally won that guessing game.
Oh yeah.
Son of a bitch.
A spear, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a boot knife.
That's true. Does you
Yep.
think he means his man spear?
It could
Right.
be. Enemies
Um,
will look upon my phalange and recoil in fear.
gross. And
Yeah.
then she would lick him
Oh,
in
that's right.
admiration.
Oh,
Blah.
oh, that was an uncomfortable line.
That was so disgusting. I think I highlighted it.
Yeah,
Um, oh gosh, if I find it, I will tell you.
that's right.
Oh, my seed cannot seem to stay inside when you touch me. Blah, that wasn't the right one. Oh, lick every inch of my skin to show me your appreciation.
That's right.
I want to die. Like, if anyone ever listens to this, like for
Hmm.
realsies, like,
Yeah.
friend to friend, um, I would be so like, I feel like I would need to be Ralphie in A Christmas Story with a bar of soap in my mouth because
Yep.
it made my skin crawl to read
Hmm.
that and say that out loud.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe I shouldn't be reading romance novels.
Yeah. I don't think either of us should, Jenny.
No, I think we're real bad at this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
but how he's all like, I'm sorry, but that yeah, right, uncomfortable thing to think about. Um,
But
anyway, sorry, I digress. What was the question again?
yeah. Oh, I was just going to say that so Kira regains consciousness and she goes to find a bathroom. The ship
Oh,
is equipped with a bathroom. I think it comes out in a drawer, which is a little
oh,
weird.
okay. Before we
Yeah.
get to the
And then
bathroom, can
oh,
we also,
yeah.
sorry, can we also talk about the fact what he's like whispering to her while she sleeps?
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was cute.
Oh. And I'm like, that was disgusting. He's like,
At least he
oh,
didn't lick every inch of her skin while she was asleep.
You know what? I found the things he was saying like to her while she was sleeping more
Yeah.
foul than wanting her to lick his entire body, because he's like, what man wouldn't want to have kids, or oh my gosh,
Hmm.
I will protect you always, and like,
Yeah.
oh, I just can't wait to do this, and blah blah blah. Like, I would be like, I've known you for 5 days and you're
Yeah.
whispering these things to me. I would be like, how long? I'd be thinking about how hot his breath was.
Yeah.
Like, get off me. That's anyway. Okay, side
Yeah.
note. But the bathroom, did she have to poop? That's my question.
Oh no, I was not picturing that, but yeah, probably. Yeah,
I
after
mean,
big
did it go
surgery.
through your mind though? Like, were you thinking about it? Like, is she pooping? Is she pooping?
But I
Because
think that's got to be a yes, you know.
okay, because
And it just slides back into a drawer, and you leave it there for the next person.
it's a really high tech spaceship, but it's got a
Yeah,
compost toilet
yeah,
that
that's
you have
right.
to empty out yourself.
That's right. It goes straight into the garden room where it's used to fertilize potatoes.
Oh, space potatoes.
Yeah.
Way to bring it back.
Yep.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Did she turn the shower on and then hit the can, like waiting for it to warm up?
I think she was on the can and she started talking to the computer and she was like, "Hey, is there a shower too?" And the computer said, "Yeah." And
Right.
so she goes for a hot shower, which that really sounds good. If she's living in a cold cave
Oh my
on a
gosh.
snow planet
I felt
and
that.
and she finds a hot shower, I was like, yeah, that's the stuff. And then it all gets ruined because
Yes.
Aehako comes in to check on her and then jumps in the shower with her,
Which is
you
such
know.
a guy move, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah. I mean, she's enjoying her nice shower.
And
And
this
then all
big
of a
ass
sudden,
dude
yeah, he's in there. He's too big for the shower with his
needs to crouch
horns.
down.
Yeah. Come on, Aehako.
Okay, so question again though, like
Yeah.
she turned on the shower where she was sitting on the pot. So when he like opens up the door and she's
Uh-huh.
like, "Hey, stage 5," he's like a stage 5 clinger.
Yep.
And then he's like, open up the door. What are you doing? And it's like, I'm
Mhm.
taking a dump. Like, what do you think I'm doing? And he's like, can I shower with you? And she's like, great. And then the line is hilarious. You're hogging all the water, which is what always happens. And then you're
Uh-huh.
always freaking cold. Okay, so thoughts on like two people in the shower in a very
Uh-huh.
platonic, non-sexual way.
Uh, pass.
Because
Pass on it.
I'm on team pass.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, most of my guy friends and I don't shower together. I mean, just, as a rule.
But that's okay though. Like I have plenty of guy friends who do shower with their guy friends,
Mhm.
and they're
I,
so much fun.
hey man, I'm not going to judge.
Mm, no,
Yep.
but Ihako's judging that bod. So that
Yeah.
does he step out to get like the berries? Like
Yeah.
bring the berries with him?
Yeah, he goes and he gets some blueberries or some berries that they use as soap. And what I'm thinking is that why their skin turned blue? Like they were originally the same color as humans, and then they started using berries as soap?
And he takes a shower, and the whole time it's really just he's not blue anymore
Yeah.
because they have like space soap. Oh, no,
Yep.
spaceship soap.
That's right.
Geez, say that
Yeah.
3 times fast.
Yeah. The spaceship should have provided soap. I mean, come on. Like,
It
what kind
should
of
have been like,
technology is this? They got to go get their own soap berries?
right, right.
Yeah.
So they have, okay, so the spaceship is like, does surgery,
Uh-huh.
all this stuff. I'm always digesting at this time of night, so excuse my like,
Yeah.
wait,
Oh,
hold on.
or you are drinking the hairy third nipple?
Harry third nipple, and it
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
Uh, oh gosh. So they have these really like you have a spaceship that basically can keep you warm, give you
Hmm.
surgery, you can get lost in. It's all big. Seems like everyone would have enough space, but the bathrooms are like you open the
Hmm.
door and it all of a sudden is a porta potty at a rock concert.
Coachella.
At Coachella. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Sorry. It has its
Ugh.
time and place.
Ugh.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, yeah. And don't they
Hmm.
have like a conversation in the shower too? Like obviously he's poking her with
Mm.
his his leggings are off, and I'm
Uh-huh.
sure he's excited he's showering with her. So they have a very lovely time in there. And isn't
Yeah.
that when she drops the bomb? That I mean, that's the end of section 4.
Yes, yes, yeah, that's where we leave off, and it's a bit of a cliffhanger because she confesses that she cannot have children,
Right.
and so now she has actually articulated her internal conflict. And I want to know from you, how do you think Aehako will react? Is he so madly in love with Kira that it won't matter, or is he going to abandon her on a derelict spaceship as a result of deceiving him?
You wrote that question down, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
That's a great question. I think I will select option C. I
Oh,
think
okay.
I think he's gonna be like, it matters not.
Yeah.
For my seed is so strong that I'm gonna knock you
Ah,
up, girl, no matter what.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. Yeah, I think we're probably Ihako seems pretty into her. I don't think this is going to be a deal breaker for him, but yeah, he
I don't think so
that
either.
might be the case, you know.
Yeah. Well, because you remember when he was like, oh, there's no shame, and now he's got some weird accent.
Mm.
um, like there's no shame in being fearful. Like fear is natural, or yeah, I I I sh- I have premature problems, but there's no shame in that. Like he's like the most understanding person in the entire world.
That's right. He's a good guy, Ihako.
Hako's a good guy. Oh,
Yep.
dude, where do you think the redheaded chick is?
If I had to guess, I'd say that a an evil alien with three toes has got her.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think she's finding some like I think she's gonna find some powerful weapon. And
Ah.
she's gonna go like ballistic on the
Hmm.
green alien people. I think she's gonna be like, have you seen Wreck-It Ralph?
Uh, yes.
Well, no, she's just gonna be
Can't
a
remember.
strong female character that
Yeah.
has like awesome. She's gonna be like a Brienne of Tarth.
Okay.
Yeah.
A reference that I'm more familiar with.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. I was trying to peruse the catalog of Jason facts
That's
in my
right.
brain that I have developed over 14 years.
I had some more questions for you.
Oh, you did? Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I'm
No, no.
genuinely sorry. I didn't mean to digress that
You
much.
you should be. Um, but last episode we talked a little bit about Ihako's physical characteristics, and I
Yeah.
thought we could play a round of Smash or Pass Alien Edition.
Ooh, I love it.
So basically the scenario is that this is before you met your wonderful husband and you're a single lady.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Aliens have arrived on Earth and they have mostly human features except for one physical difference. Jenny, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So he's a 10, but he has blue skin. Smash or pass?
Smash.
He's
Easy.
a 10, but he has fangs.
Smash. Because you could put Chris Evans with fangs and dip him in blue, and I'm still hitting that.
Nice. He's a 10, but he has an exoskeleton.
Like, okay, can I ask clarification questions?
Sure.
When you say exoskeleton,
Yeah.
uh, like a arachnid? No, they don't have exoskeleton. Like a scorpion?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So like an insect
Yeah.
exoskeleton, not like
Like
a
his
human.
exoskeleton looks, sort of humanish on the outside, but on the inside he's just a bunch of bush.
Pass. Hard pass.
All right.
No.
He's a 10, but he has tusks.
Where are the tusks? Out of the
Well,
mouth?
yeah, yeah. He's just got two upward pointing, protruding teeth,
That was
basically.
my next question. If they
Uh-huh.
were okay, can I ask another question about this guy?
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Is he developing over time, or is
Oh
each
no.
thing
Oh,
separate?
oh, I should have explained. This is not compounding. I'm just saying like these are kind of like separate individuals, right?
So I'm like creating my avatar man in my brain.
Right, right.
Yeah. And I'm thinking like, okay, so he doesn't have fangs anymore and he's not blue, but he has tusks and he's a
Mhm.
10.
Right.
And this is just smashing your path. Like this is not long-term relationships. Smash. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see it long term with a guy with tusks.
I like imagine the wedding photos.
He's not Mr. Right. He's just Mr. Right now.
That's why I'm smashing it. So,
Yeah.
so far I've passed on the exoskeleton. That's it.
Right. You're a very accepting person.
Are there
Hmm.
more?
Yes, yes, I do have
Yes.
more.
All
So
right, I like this game.
he's a 10, but he has goat horns.
Smash.
He's a 10 and he has full antlers.
Smash. I can hang stuff off of it.
He's a 10, but he has three fingers on each hand.
Smash.
He's a 10, but he only has one eye.
Ooh. Yeah, I have more questions. Oh my God. Um, oh goodness. Is it centered or is he missing one?
Yeah, no, he's a good-looking guy, so he's symmetrical. So the eye's like right in the middle of his head.
No, I don't think I can do it. I'm
Okay.
imagining Chris Evans with one eyeball.
Fair enough.
Pass, pass.
He's a 10, but he has hooves.
Smash.
He's a
Hey,
10.
wait. Question,
What?
question.
Okay, sure, sorry.
Just hooves? Or is it
Yeah.
like full on goat legs?
Hmm. He's
Is he a
like goat
centaur?
from the knee down.
Knee down. Smash.
He's a 10, but he has crab claws.
Oh, just on its again, clarification. Just like wrist down.
Yeah, yeah, just from
Smash.
the wrist.
Smash.
I'm sorry. I thought you said smash.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay,
I guess
okay,
that's kind of an exoskeleton, but one that I'm more comfortable with.
okay. All right. He's a 10, but he has pointy ears.
Smash. Elf. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
He's a
fine.
10, but he only eats raw meat.
Smash. I don't care.
He's a 10, but he's cold-blooded.
Oh, smash.
He's a 10, but he's 3 feet
Wait,
tall.
because he falls asleep when it's cold outside, right? Like that's what we're talking
Oh,
about.
probably, yeah. So he's got hibernation. He got a lot of alone time in the winter.
If he's cold-blooded, then I figure his heart rate slows down. He hibernates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but is he sleeping? Okay, more clarification. Is it winter or is it summer?
I mean, I guess if you're going long term, a couple of years, you're gonna have a couple of hibernation periods in there.
Oh, I thought this was Mr. Right Now.
Oh, right. Well, that was only what tusks.
Well, I'm just thinking like,
Oh,
is it weekend at Bernie's or am I getting some like
yeah.
reciprocation?
Right.
Got it. Um, Smash.
All right.
Mhm.
He's a 10, but he's 3 feet tall.
Pass.
He's a 10,
I'm
but
so that's awful.
he has a tail.
Wait, okay, if he was Tyrion Lannister,
Uh-huh.
smash.
Yep. 3 feet tall. That's not
That's
human proportion.
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
well,
come down, they're on a small spaceship. He comes out, he's perfectly proportioned. He's got a great physique, but he's 3 feet tall.
oh, and he's like Stanlin. Do you watch Vox Machina?
I know. I don't. I don't know what that
I'm
is.
trying. So it's not like he's just kind of become smaller.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think let's
Pass.
see. I
I'm
think
gonna pass. I'm
oh,
gonna
you're gonna
pass.
pass.
Even
I
if
think
it's Honey, I Shrunk the Man. No, I can't do
I,
it.
I think the technical term I recently heard this was homunculus. A homunculus is like a shrunken miniature person or a creature or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
All right, so
man,
you're passing on
I'm gonna
the
pass. Oh
homunculus.
my gosh, that controversial question.
All right.
Okay,
He's
I'm
a
ready.
10, but he has a tail.
Smash.
He 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 is a 10, but he has tentacles from the waist down.
Oh, hard pass. Absolutely not.
All right, the last one,
Oh my
he's a
gosh, you said no
10.
to three? Okay.
He's a 10, but he has his index finger glows and he says phone home.
Smash.
Yeah,
Okay,
so do
that
you
was
have any
pretty
parting thoughts?
good. I'm so excited for the next episode,
Yeah.
the next section. It's going to be
Hmm.
really fun. I'm in. I really want to see what happens. And I'm kind of
Hmm.
really trying to figure out what Hayden's up to. I am
Hmm.
excited by that.
Yeah,
You?
and I'm really interested to see if there's I mean, I'm sure we're building up to a conflict and a confrontation with the green aliens. I want to
Yeah.
see Aehako in action. I mean, other than the action that we've already seen, I want to see, what he can do with
Mhm.
that spear.
You want to see what he can do out of the bedroom.
That's right. Out off of the furs.
Off the Merkins. So next week, what are we going to be doing next week, J Dog?
Yeah, well, we're going to be discussing parts 5 and 6 of Barbarian Lover by Ruby Dixon. So I hope everybody who's listening tunes in and comes back for episode 3. And until next time, Jenny.
Gherkin, your Merkin.
Yeah.
Merkin, Gherkin.
Good night, and may your enemies look upon your spear and recoil in fear.
Hey, Chubbers. Aaron here. We want to hear from you. So send us your book recommendations to bookchubpod@gmail.com. That's bookchubpod@gmail.com. Mwah.
Flipping